My last set of recommendations, one of my personal favorites, food and drink lovers, which I am a lover of both. And if you know my work, seen one of my keynotes, you know the vibes. And if you're watching on Amazon Live, I highlighted the Illuminate Life candle. I can never say that term. Illuminate Life candle. You can also get it through the Amazon link as well as through the link that's just here. All right. My favorite ones. Song of Significance, mug, bread and badger, Seth Godin. Make sure I don't cover the mic. This is different. This one hits different. Another one for my mom. Shout out to you. Killing it with the gifts. And I don't mean the images. All right. Embrace uncertainty. And the B. Who's the B from? The B is from Seth Godin. I put the book somewhere over there, but talking about books. Hey, I just got back from holidays. I'm still catching up. Listen, this is amazing. This is actually from, I've never heard of them, so they might not be new, but a company that's new to me called Bread and Badger. Gonna put this away. Song of Significance by Seth Godin talks about how we can find significance within the communities that we build or the ones that we join. And he looks towards bee colonies. And what does it say on there? What was I just talking about? Embrace uncertainty. Shout out to Seth Godin as well as Pema Children. These feel extremely handmade. I knew I wanted to highlight, I've been waiting. I got this gift. My birthday's in September. It was around that period of time, might have been earlier. It's super late summer, early fall. And I knew I wanted to share it with y'all. I knew it. And when I was kind of developing this episode, 362, and when I was going to talk with you, I was like, oh, yes, finally, I can share it with my community. So I love this. When I clicked on the link and checked it out, again, I got it as a gift and got more details into it. I clicked on this one. There's a variety of them. I clicked on this one. They said there were 3 left, maybe 4. It was single digits. And I was like, oh, because this feels handmade. I wish y'all could feel this. I'm sure within the next 10 years within my life, we will have feel-o-vision. And yeah, if y'all are familiar with my earlier work, we know where that's going. So I wish y'all could feel this. This feels handmade like crazy, sturdy, perfect to pour things in. Again, when you're rocking your book, got your blanket on, or you're trying to start your day, you look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, chaos is a part of life. I'm ready to embrace it. That's a beautiful place to be. Anyway, the link is below. It is not available on Amazon, but you can click on the link and check it out. My last recommendation, Saigon Coffee. If y'all been long-time watchers, listeners, you know the deal. Saigon Coffee is based over in San Diego. Shout out to SD. That's where wife and I started our family. So both our kids were born over there. And as I've talked about in earlier episodes where I talked about coffee and the different vices that I like, this is actually a family-owned company. We got to know the family from going to the local farmers market, from when our first kid was in the papoose to when our first kid was walking and we were pregnant with the second one, to when the big kid was a little bit taller and the second one was in the papoose. For all those years, handful of years, we go to the farmers market and hang out with them, and they knew our family and all that stuff. And then we haven't lived in San Diego in several years. Again, my kids are 10 and 7 now, so it's been a minute. But I still order them. They still ship it. They know who our family is. This is my coffee. I love this coffee. It's really strong. It's obviously Vietnamese. It pairs really well if you want to do the Vietnamese iced coffee, which I believe the recipe, because I rarely make it at home. I usually will buy it. But I believe the recipe is You have some of this, and then you also have some condensed milk. You not evaporated, because evaporated doesn't quite work, but I think condensed is the one you want. Mix them together, cool it off, and then put it over ice. I think you want to cool off the coffee before you add the condensed milk, but you can correct me in the comments. Also, you can do a quick Google. It's not too hard of a recipe, but check it out. I love them. This is actually my last bag. So it's emergency time, so I need to contact y'all soon. If you're watching this, just go ahead and put my order in. You know the deal. I need some bags. Some of this is pre-ground, and then they also have ones that are unground. But if you're going to unground, whole bean, unground. I don't know what unground means. Sounds very zombie-like. They have the grounded version, which is the most common, but sometimes they'll have the whole bean as well. If they have the whole bean, if you don't do coffee normally like this, if they have the whole bean, that means you need a coffee grinder at home. But you can hear the shake. This is actually already ground. Both of them taste great. I prefer the whole, but sometimes they don't have the whole available. Check them out. Again, really nice family operation out of there. And on that note, actually, my favorite coffee recipe. Speaking of, I figured I'd do a demonstration, because why not? We'll do it live. I did a short, which kind of like TikToks and other things. It's just a quick 60 seconds or less doing a video. I did a video about this I want to say top of the month, so early November, where I talked about my favorite coffee, and I learned it from Ted. So here's my French press. If you're going to do this at home, again, if you're new to coffee, you're like, I want fresh brewed coffee, then get yourself either ground coffee or get yourself whole bean coffee and get a coffee grinder. They're not that expensive. I want to say $20 or less. Grind the coffee. Ours that we have in our house is fairly basic. I think my wife has a more advanced one, but she drinks a lot more coffee, so it's like fine. Mine is super basic. Use it with one hand. You just push it down. You ground it until it's fine. You take that, put into, in my case, I'll do a French press, and try not to make a mess here. A French press is literally you heating up water, and then the coffee grounds, probably like one or two. I usually do 1 or 2 tablespoons, so fairly large amount. Put it at the bottom, pour the hot coffee in there, and then after about 2 minutes, because you want to let it get into the water a little bit, then press this down. Suddenly I have no strength. There you go. You press it down. And then it's nice and hot for you. When I went to, I wish I could remember which Ted. It was either Ted in Monterey, which was a special Ted they had. It was the first Ted they had after COVID hit. And so it was super small, because they were trying to make sure everybody was straight and all that stuff. It was either there or it was the TED that they usually have in Vancouver, which is usually in April or March. I want to say it was a bigger TED in Vancouver, but I'm pretty sure it was Vancouver. Barista who had showed me this. You take your coffee, you pour it. Now, it was shown to me that they did it with coffee shots, more like an espresso, that type of thing. I don't make espresso at home. We don't have an espresso machine. You need special stuff for that. So I just do regular coffee. The coffee is cold. So I made this coffee this morning or last night. It's been in the refrigerator, so it's cold. So I usually do like a half a cup or half. Let's talk about it in mixer terms. Shout out to all the people who do, all my friends who do cocktail mixers and stuff. So we'll do it in those terms. So you want to do half of coffee, and this is where it gets wild. Half of tonic water. What? Tonic water? Make sure y'all can see this. Tonic water. I'm really detailed when it comes to my coffee, and that I like I'll drink coffee, but I have my favorites. With tonic water, shout out to Q, shout out to Fever Tree. I actually know some folks over there. I'm connected to folks over there, again, because a lot of my friends are involved in the spirits industry. And it's like, but Canada Dry is fine too. So you end up doing about half of that. I'm pouring. Hopefully you can hear it. I didn't want to do it in the air because it was going to be super messy that time. And that's it. Cheers to y'all. I'm a late day coffee drinker. So if I'm going and I have a lot of stuff going on, or more like vacation, which was the case last week, again, because I was spending Thanksgiving with family, then I'll have like an earlier coffee, like 8 or 9 a.m., and then spend time with folks. Because usually just messing around. If it's like a normal work day, though, I won't touch, earliest I'll touch the coffee is like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then later on, I'll have like right now, it's almost 2 o'clock Vegas time. It's like perfect. This is when I would have my next coffee. And if I'm really feeling coffee, now I have one maybe after dinner. So right. My coffee habits, I think, are very Western European. Now that I think about it, the first time I had late night coffee was the last time I was in Paris, and I was at a special dinner, and I was jet lagged. You know what I mean? So it was that night, and it was just, I must have been up for like 36 hours or something. And I went ahead and had this amazing dinner. It was a lot of food, ate really well, and had some wine with it, or whatever it came with. I think it might have been just some red wine. It was good. It was good. It's hard to screw up Parisian food. And they were like, "Did you want a coffee?" And I said, "Sure." And it was great. It was fantastic. And of course, it was like the little, they don't do the espresso as much, I don't think, in Paris. It's more of an Italian thing, but they have the equivalent of the little cups. Again, they didn't call it espresso because that's some Italy stuff. But anyway, that's my recommendations. Ooh, man, the coffee is just great. We'll go through this backwards. The coffee is just great. I highly recommend it. This mug is quickly becoming one of my favorite mugs. Next to my own Bring Your Worth mug. All that's available at damebrown.net. If you want to go ahead and get some of your Bring Your Worth merch, always available. Go and check it out. This candle is great, particularly I can't say it won't, if you have severe allergies, I can't say it won't bother you. I know for my allergies, though, this is fine. In fact, it works great. I love the smell of it. And it's called Recharge, but it just chills me the hell out. Which, again, entrepreneurs and creatives, it's wild out there. So let's take care of ourselves. Oh, I got it right this first time. I wasn't pointing the wrong way. James Baldwin, my man, my mentor from afar. That's where you can get the print. Other prints from, again, Maya Angelou and Angela Davis, I think, is on there. Just complete badasses on those prints. Go ahead and support that artist. Join the Parentpreneur Foundation if you want more support, especially if you're an African-American founder with kids. It is the place to be. I'm not part of many organizations right now. I'm actively part of like 2. This is one of them. So yeah, y'all know I don't mess around with social media and all this other stuff. So I'm not gonna be hanging out in a group just hang out in a group. That's just not my style. This is one of those places to hang out. If you're working on how to deal with the gift giving, particularly if people act funny with the gifts you give and all that other stuff, check out my last episode, Bring Your Worth, 3 ways to deal with holiday drama. It's only 2 minutes long. Check it out. I've already heard it's helped a lot of people, which it means a lot to me. Be sure and check it out if you're worried about the holidays at all. The Pocket Pema Children. Pema is fantastic. She doesn't know me, but she's guided me through some really rough times. This is the pocket one. It's so tiny. It's fantastic. Take it with you. You're doing your holiday travel. Take it with you. Give it to somebody else. I didn't mention at the top, but you can get these gifts for yourself. Just like the person on Amazon is like, I'm going to get it. Yeah, get it for yourself too. It's all good. And last but not least, which of course is first, from Dr. Charmaine Jackson, get you a therapist. In fact, I might wear this for the rest of the day. Much love to y'all. Hope you enjoy all the gifts for entrepreneurs. Remember, you can catch me Wednesdays and Sundays at 1:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Vegas time. The coffee's kicking and suddenly I can't talk. Wednesdays are usually live, a couple exceptions, but I'm usually live on Wednesdays. Questions, comments, come on through. I'm here. There's like my little, I'm thinking I'm from the East Coast. I'm thinking like this is my little stoop. Come through, hang out. We'll chop it up and talk about what's happening. This is a lighter episode where we do handle heavier stuff as well and things that are directly related to you being the best entrepreneur, creator, side hustler, solopreneur, otherwise non-traditional entrepreneur. You subscribe for free so you don't miss an episode. And the new book. See it, mix it up the sides again. The complete Bring Your Worth collection right over my shoulder, which has all my books, almost all my books from the past 7 years. And I hope it helps you guys get to the next level. Until next episode, remember you can always bring your worth. You can always build from now. Take care of yourselves.